Hey guys, what's up? Just doing a random stream and I'm going to go through some courses in the database that have been denied already. Um, and I might be doing some where I'm actually going to do the judging and determine if they're worthy of the database as well. So let's see. I'm looking at, let's see, all the way back here. Bear with me one sec. All right. So let me get my little list out here. This is page 1. The Legend at Arrowhead. Let's check that one out. And it's got 9 plays on it. All right, green speed's done. Create a match. 1 tee, 1 pin. Not a good start. Okay. Hey, Bill, what's up, man? Yeah, like I said, I'll probably be doing a stream tomorrow at some point, and if you're following me, um, you'll see it pop up. But it's probably going to be, I don't know where you're located, but I'm in Pennsylvania, so it would be Eastern Standard Time, and it'll probably be about, I don't know, 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. Maybe check your course out. And Deja Vu looks like I'm playing the same hole again here. Let's see. Okay, you're in Missouri. What time zone's that? I'm just curious. Okay. So you're what, an hour behind? Like right now it's 6:30 here. Was it 5:30 there? All right, cool. Yeah, so I'm going through some courses that have already been denied and trying to figure out why. Ironically, I'll probably be doing it with yours after yours. I had a fantasy course I built probably about a year and a half ago, and it was denied. So I'm going to go through it, but not only am I going to go through it, I'm going to rebuild the course as I tear it apart, meaning all the stuff that I bitch about on courses that I review for TGC Tours. I'm going to tear my course apart the same way. And oh, yeah, I'm doing really well tonight. Um, but in addition to tearing it apart, I'm going to be in the designer, literally tearing the course apart, making the changes that I always bitch about in everybody else's courses. So it should be interesting. Yeah, this is just, it's like you're playing the same hole over and over again. He likes that big extended area, out to the tee area. And at least here he's got some bunkers. Big fairway, and I missed it. That's a shame because he's got the right concepts. Yeah, I don't know what to think about this course. I don't see anything wrong with it per se, but it's just boring. I can't put my finger on it. It's like every time you tee up, it looks like you're on the same hole over and over again because it's just laid out. Every hole's pretty much laid out the same, like this. It looks like hole 1 and 2 and 3. It's just the same thing all over again. So, yeah, I can see why this is not approved. There's no creativity whatsoever. It's just like, all right, let's create a huge area and then throw a fairway out there. Now he's got this little area here. It's like, why would you ever put that there? It doesn't come into play. It's a par 4. If it was a par 5, yeah, I could see if you couldn't reach it and you wanted to put it out there, but I think I've seen enough of this one. Hey, Voodoo, what's up, man? Yeah, I mean, I'm just bored to death on this thing. It looks like every time I tee up, I'm looking at the same hole, like Groundhog Day, It's just, all right, here we go. It's the same exact layout. So I've seen enough of this. I can understand why it was denied. He just needs to be a little more creative in the holes there. So, all right, next. That was what? The Legend at Arrowhead. All right. So That was from Nunzio, Camerlingo. All right, so let's try this one. The Summit Ridge Club. Yeah, I mean that one was pretty bad. It just seemed like I was playing the same hole over and over again. Okay, search the Summit Ridge. Yeah, I played some real golf today. Rockman Dan. Okay, the Summit Ridge Club. All right, so I don't like the tee boxes already. I'm very picky with tee boxes, as everybody knows. I use shapes. I don't like splines. Bunkers need contouring and a really tiny green. All right, and a really tiny tee box or tee area, landing area, should I say. Okay. Hey, Mr. Bellamy, what's up, man? We have the same waistline. Yeah. So, like that bunker, that's hurting. Needs some contouring, flattening. Yeah, I think tomorrow that's going to be a good idea. Look at this green; it's tiny. Um, I'm going to actually tear apart one of my courses and literally tear it apart. In other words, critique it, tear it apart on what's wrong with it, and then I'm going to go into the designer and redesign the course. It should be interesting because I mean, that course was a freaking total fail. It was such a pathetic piece of crap, and I can't believe I even published it. And it was my second course. My first one was classified as tour worthy, and then the second one, I tried all sorts of new shit, and I failed on every aspect. The biggest being that I tried to put the course and build it around the clubhouse. That was a fail. Like my first course did not even have a clubhouse, so I just built the course. Didn't matter where on the map it was on the land. And all of a sudden, I'm like, well, yeah, I got to be cool and I got to have a clubhouse. I put it in the center of the map and say, okay, I got to build the course around it. Well, that was an ultimate fail. This is an ultimate fail to this course. It's just, I don't quite understand it. And the greens are just so tiny. Yes, there are many things wrong with this. And normally I can play 2 or 3 holes and and know whether or not I'm denying a course or not. And I'm on hole number 2 and not liking it. All right, so that's enough of this. So this one's a fail for a good reason. All right, now ironically, Greg did not approve this one. So let's see what's going on with this one. Oh man, look at the planning. God bless him. All right. Okay.
Go. You talk so fast.
Bear with me 1 second. What am I doing here? All right, so I mean, I haven't seen anything very really blatantly obvious on this one, on this hole either. And it was denied, so by Greg. I mean, the bull rush, there's a ton of them. But I mean, as far as the playability of this course, hasn't been that bad. Greens are pretty well contoured. Huda Matt, what's up, buddy? I don't know. Maybe Greg was in a really bad mood that day and denied this. Because, I mean, after 3 holes, I haven't seen anything really blatantly obvious on this. And if you guys see something, let me know because, there's really nothing that I've seen that's really bad. I mean, even those bunkers are pretty well contoured. They're deep, which I like. I mean, so far, I'm not denying this thing. Good, man. Yeah, I'm just like I just set up a stream and start. No set anything. It's just do what I need to do. And tonight I just said, you know what? Let's check out some of the ones that have been denied. Find out why. Because, and I mean, this one, ironically, Greg denied this one, and I honestly can't see what he saw that he's denying it for. And I'm already on hole 4. So I don't know. I mean, his greens seem pretty reasonable. Now I'm playing hard and fast, and there's like no movement whatsoever. So I can't even imagine. The only thing I didn't look at, hold on, let me check something here. Let's see. Where do they? I forget where. All right, let's check. Yeah, I don't see any real. Don't see anything on this. Not for this one. I mean that like he has these waste bunkers with no. Yeah, but I mean it's just I don't know. I don't see what Greg sees or what he saw when he played this. I mean, contouring looks okay. The greens are really, I mean, it could have been the greens. I mean, because I have them on very fast and they're just trickling. So if he played it default, I'm sure it was just like no movement, and that is a fail. So, You know what I mean? Because these are on 187s. And as you guys know, I always put them up to 187s just to see if they have red and yellow. Yeah, I mean, I can see it right there. Look, there's nothing. So, yeah, that's why he failed it. All right, enough said. Because I'm looking at the course and I'm like, the course looks pretty decent. But if the court, if the greens are completely flat, which they pretty much are, then yeah, that would be a fail. All right, let's see. Let's look. Stanley Oaks Golf Club. And at this point, I might just bring up mine and tear it apart. So this one off the bat, I'm like, oh, okay, the tee boxes are good. They're nice and clean. Sight line's pretty good. Landing area is like next to impossible, especially if you hit very slow. Oh, yeah, bunkers are bad. He did absolutely nothing. I don't know if that's just he just plopped the bunker down. Hopefully, he didn't raise that up like that, but okay. Yeah, I mean, this almost looks auto-genned. Yeah, about, I don't know, around 10, Bill. Yeah, 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock, somewhere in there. I'll put yours up on there. That's why I'm holding off. I want to hold off on mine. I'm going to do it the same day, tomorrow. Where I'll do yours and then I'm going to tear mine apart. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's pretty bad. All right, Bill, have a good time at the concert. Stanley Oaks. Yeah, I mean, it's Sometimes it's really painful to play these. I mean, this one doesn't look too bad. I mean, that one tee off area, landing area, that was pretty bad. But I mean, the rest of the course, 8. Oh, what's that? So I'd say this green looks like he found the sync button and just like randomly just popped down the green there for. Okay, so yeah, there's the S, but the question is, I don't think that bunker's really going to come into play though. Let's look. Well, good swing. Let's see if it goes. Yep, that's fine. I mean, the course does need some help, like the contouring around here. And I guess what I need to do is really just, if we want to see a dumpster fire, let's look at mine. So let's look at my second course. And this was denied. And I was all pissed off. I couldn't believe it because my first course was marked as tour worthy. And all of a sudden I get it denied. And I'm like, what the hell? What the fuck, man? Man, it's a great course. I really spent a lot of time. Which one was it? Jamison Hills CC. So I can look at this course. And you want to see an ultimate fail? You're going to see it. If I can find it. There it is. Jamison Hills CC, right? Yeah. So my first one, I did a good job. It had no clubhouse. Unfortunately, with this one, I put a clubhouse in. And then I tried to work the course around the clubhouse. So everything was based on, okay, I got to get that whole 18, 10, 9, everything lined up, you know. Well, that was a fail because um, when I played this, and then not only that, but I also tried a ton of stuff that I never tried before in the first course, right? So I'm like, oh man, I got to stretch the limits. I got to try all new stuff. Well, I did, and I failed ultimately. So we're going to play this. I'll play the course. Black tees, whatever. Hole 3, pin 3. Um, I would say, Voodoo, if you play the tips on, hold on. All right. I'm looking at my list now. I've got like 16 of them. I would say toughest is French Lick Resort from the back tees. It's over 8,000 yards. All right, so like hole number one here, I think I did a pretty good job. Um, and I would at that time I always say about deep bunkers, right? Well, these bunkers are pretty deep. All right, so contouring looks pretty good. I could have flattened it out up there on the right side of the bunker. But you'll notice as I go along in this course, it gets progressively worse. Um, to be honest with you, I don't know. I would say I would have to look. You know what? Let me look. And we're going to go back to this course because I want to tear it apart because it is a dumpster fire. And as I get to the holes that were an ultimate fail, I'm actually going to edit them. Um, but yeah, I mean, as far as French Lick Voodoo, let's look. Did I pull it in here? Let's see. French Lick, there it is. So if I look at this French Lick, and let me look at the pins. But this course was a masterpiece. I did a great job on this, I think. And it's so cool. It's a gorgeous course, and a lot of it is just light rough. There's no heavy rough really on the course. But look how wide open it is. It's just gorgeous. Um, but as far as the pins, see, the thing is, I don't think there was really any particular pin. I stopped doing that because it just got. I mean, I think you could pretty much pick any pin um, because I don't think I have any, like, pin four is really not any more difficult than pin five or four or three. I mean, you know what I mean. I think the whole thing with this course is it's long and some of the landing areas are really difficult. But the good thing is for the player is that all this area throughout the course is light rough. So you're not going to get 70%, that type of thing. But look at the angle. So you're going to have a huge side angle. But if you play the black, if you play the back tees, it's brutal. So give it a go, man. Yeah, because it was pretty funny. A semi-pro actually posted in the forums that he played this in here and he couldn't believe how real it was. So as far as the data, the lidar data, and everything else, it's to a T, man. So yeah, give that one a go. French Lick Resort from the back tees, and it's tough. Now back to this dumpster fire I was on. Let's see. All right, Jamison GNCC. That was the one that was classified as tour, or was it Jamison Country Club? Can you tell that I live in Jamison, Pennsylvania? All right, so here's the dumpster fire. And if we do this, pin 3, play course. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a fun course. We played it. If you look at our YouTube video, I think it's 3 videos back. 4 of us were playing it. We played it as we play. Just look for the one that says Stumbling Wallaby. Um, and French Lick was the last course we played, and it was brutal. It's just, it's very long. So, you have a lot of long irons into the green and everything else. So the guy that reviewed this course that denied it pretty much said, the beginning, like these holes were pretty good. He had no problem with these. But the further he went into the course, the worse my holes got. So, I'm looking at this one going, all right, this one's playable. It's good. Yeah, you'll see it in the description. So here's another ultimate fail that I tried to do. And that is, I don't know why or where I came up with this idea of taking a shape and just sinking it down and making it into a tee box. But, and then the unnatural, terrain around here instead of making it look natural. So like right there, I could edit this course right now. So I'm only on hole 2 and I've already failed, right? So what I would do, to fix that is first of all, find that hole. And I would get rid of this shape. Oh my God, it's been so long that I even came in here. And of course, I've got to get rid of this one. So there we go. So, that was a fail from the get-go. So next thing I'm doing is I'm sculpting this land and I'm going to flatten it. And I'm going to use the normal fuzzy brush on page 4 instead of using that other one. And really extend this out because that was something that Eric had showed me months ago. I mean, just like, so I'm going to make this, whoops. So it's more natural. I'm taking this and I'm going to smooth all this out so it looks natural instead of that crap that I did, right? So I still have a good view. My sight lines are good, and I didn't have to put all that crap in there. So now, instead of doing that stupid um, tee box type thing, I'm going to do let's see, how about if we use fairway, a brush, and round. then put some rough around it. Beautiful. And do the same thing. And I just like using brushes in that. A circle is a circle, you know? Um, and brushes, you got to be careful because if you move that mouse, I mean, I use a mouse. Other people use controllers. To each his own. Right? So, and this one I'm going to move out a little further down. Okay, and then ladies' tee, I'll probably throw it down here somewhere. So, whoops. And voila. Now we actually have tee boxes that look fairly decent. Now I can go back in here. Put these tees down here where they should be. They're good. And they're okay. Make sure that the tee boxes are flattened. And I usually like using this one. To make sure that it's flat. Couple clicks will do it. I thought I moved those two. Oh, I know what happened. So I got my tee boxes flattened. Now I got to move these again. Those are good. Red need to be moved. Now I have some tee boxes that the sight lines are still great and it doesn't look like crap. So there we go. So there's hole. Let's try playing it from the black tees. And we're going to play the hole. So already the course is much, this hole is much better. Contouring looks pretty decent. Because and And again, if somebody sees something I miss, let me know. And the landing area there is okay. And if you notice, this is at least what I try to do, is every shot, you should see the next area that you're going to shoot to, right? So this is like not reachable. All right, so 253, that was all right. So that made it. And the greens are 187s, and that's what I always design them for. So those tee boxes I really had to fix. That was a fail. Here we go again, right? So I failed on this tee box layout. This played, I think that this one was okay. It played pretty well. I know there was a complaint, and then I fixed it in that this area here was screwed up, but I think I ended up fixing it. And again, you can see sight lines, right? It's all about sight lines. My bunkers, they pop, and that's what I always try to do. So this one, I think we did pretty well on. Piece of cake. So that's pretty good. That one's a pass, except for these tee boxes. Now, I mean, I guess the tee boxes really aren't that bad, but you can see that I did lower the lower portion low enough that I can actually still see my bunkers, right? It's all about the sight lines. My S turn there, I think I did a pretty good job there. This one looks pretty good. Bunkers are contoured nicely. So at this point, the guy probably said, yeah, we're good, except for that stupid one, the unnatural tee box, that I had just raised it up. It looked like crap. And again, the bunkers, that looks fine. All right, so 136. So I'd still say we were pretty well on. This tee box I've got to fix. It just looks like hell. All right, so this hole needs help. Edit. So that was hole 5, right? So out of the box, this T-box is a fail. It looks like shit. So let's get rid of the shape. If I can get a hold of it. So one thing with shapes, they're a pain in the ass to select. All right, so fairway brush, delete. Now I got to get rid of the rough brush, 8, delete. And another rough brush, 8, delete. Done. So now we have terrain. We have crappy terrain now that I screwed it up. But let's see if we can get this somewhat normal again. All right, that's too much. Unfortunately, once you screw up the, whoops, once you screw up the terrain, it's pretty much screwed up and you really have to. All right, let's try that again. We need to just expand this out and flatten it. So it looks natural, right? Much better. And that's what I always say on the videos. We've really got to get it to look natural and not this crap of raising up an area for a tee box. So right now, we look good. The area looks natural now. So what we'll do is we're going to create surfaces. And again, we're going to do round tee boxes. So there's the round. Okay. Put one there. Oops. Let's try that again. All right. We need to go to rough. And then I'll put another tee box right there. And then I might actually put one down here for the ladies. Now to flatten that out. So you can see, I mean, this thing was denied probably about a year ago. And I can go back now after I've gotten some experience with designing and going, all right, this is the stuff I need to change to make this either tour worthy or at least database approved, right? So let's see, we're going to do And again, I love using brushes because everything's perfect, right? So to each his own. Some guys love the spline. I don't. Not for tee boxes. All right, so let's move these tees here. Let's see. Get that lined up. This is going to be a red tee. And of course, it's not flattened yet, which is fine. Let's just get the tees where they're supposed to be. So that one's there. That one's there. There's the green. It needs to move. Again, uneven. That's fine. Sculpt land, flatten. Reset it. I thought I moved the tees on that. I didn't. That's a fail. All right. This one's going to need a lot of flattening. All right. All right. Now I need to move this over yonder. Tees look good now. Problem is I've got grasses there that I have to get rid of. So I got to get rid of this. And voila, it's clean. All right. So now we've got clean tee boxes that don't look like crap. And as far as I know, I still have a good view to the green. I do. It still pops. Now, again, with this crap, I would probably go back in here, take my fuzzy brush, expand this. Whoops. Do it again. Expand this out so it looks a little more natural. Flatten it, right? Just like this. It's just too steep. So if I had to do it again, I would expand this out. Because I didn't know any better back then. Make it more natural looking back here. Much better. All right. So this hole needed some help, a lot of it. Let's see. Maybe raise that up a tad. Get the greens so they're not all red. All right, so that looks pretty good now. Raise this up a little bit over here. Let's play it and see what it looks like. No, pin one's good. All right, so the tee boxes look better already. Got a false front going on there, which is fine. My bunkers look pretty good. All right, the greens are still quick, which is good. I love quick greens for 187s. All right. Let's see the yellow and red on this. That's fine. It's legal. Around the green, around the pin, it's good. All right, so that looks good for that pin. Now, this shape for this is fine. This, I don't quite understand what I was smoking at the time. Why I thought, this looks good. Although it's clean, it just doesn't look very strange why I did that. The loop-de-loops. I don't like it. So, again, I'd have to look at this and say, all right, let's fix that. And that is what? It's hole 6. This shapes, oh yeah, no wonder. I normally don't, yeah. And like I said, I was doing testing different stuff. Right here's one of them. I used shapes instead of splines for a fairway, and this is a fail. So let's get rid of these. It's the only problem with brushes is there's so many deletes to get rid of one area. Now I'm assuming yeah, I don't know why I did that. So let's get rid of this crap here. That's better. Why did I do that? So, right, so that was a fail because I tried using brushes in my fairways. All right. So it's straight. It looks good. It's fine. What else needs to be done? Cart path looks pretty good. Do see some trees in the cart path. Let's move those bad boys. It's stuff like this. You go back over a course and you're like, oh, that's a fail. So I like this S turn. I think I did a pretty good job on that. This looks pretty good. So let's play the hole. All right, let's see what this plays like now. Again, I can see my sight lines, which is good. This tee box looks good. I have it tilted right to left so it flows around, which is good. All right, this is a par 5. It's definitely reachable. It looks all right. I don't see anything outrageous. Oh, it's pretty pathetic. All right, so reachable par 5, and I failed and got a par. So here again, this was an ultimate fail right here. So I need to fix that. So I'm going to go in here. I'm getting rid of this tee box. And that was hole number what? 8? Where the hell is it? Mm-hmm. Come on, get the shape. Oh, there it was. There it is. So if we're going to do shapes, that's one thing, but we can't be sinking the shapes down so it looks like crap. So let's get rid of this thing. 8. And let's get rid of the rough brush. Get rid of the other rough brush. All right, so that's number 1. Now that I screwed up this frickin' land, all right, I've got to just get my fuzzy brush out, flatten, page 4, grab this bad boy, and we need to expand this out here so it's huge and it looks natural again, not like before. Much better. All right. And I guess if we wanted to, we could just raise up little areas like here and raise that up a foot, maybe over here, make it a little more natural. But again, we're not going to put it up so it, it blinds us here. So the secret to this is just picking up random areas and just raising those little areas up just to make it look like it's not completely flat, right? Make it look a little natural. But notice the brush and how big it is, right? And then if you wanted to, we could just reset it, make it bigger. Whoops. Reset it, make this brush bigger, and just do a quick one over. So the bumps now, instead of looking like, whoops, huge bumps, they look like land. See it? All right, so with that in mind, let's create objects, whoops, surfaces, fairway, brush, round. And that's the other thing I try to do is, if I can, try to stick with the same type of tee boxes, because if you have round and then you have square and then rectangular, it just doesn't look right. So we're going to put this back here. And we'll put another one there. Whoops. Stick one here. Whoops. Four. And we'll stick one down here for the ladies. Now, it's pretty fun, actually, going back and working on an old failed course. So this one, got to flatten these tee boxes again, which I use this brush. So it keeps it somewhat natural. Three clicks will do it. All right, now that's a fail. So I put this tee box back here and it's lower than the one in front. So I need to raise this up a little bit. And again, we're getting into that area where, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. That's why. All right, so let's reset it. So T-box looks fairly flat. So let's get our fuzzy brush on page 4. Whoops, this one. And make it look more natural. Much better. And of course, we got to go around this thing. Flatten this cart path because we just screwed it up. All right, so it's looking good. So it looks much better than what it did before. So let's play test the hole here. Flyer, what's up, buddy? Yeah, Flyer. So what I'm doing is this is a course I designed that failed. Um, it was not accepted into the TGC Tours database. So what I'm doing is I'm going through hole by hole and fixing stuff that I know is a fail now, right? So I always, as a reviewer, I look at specific things um, and determine if it's tour worthy, acceptable into the database, or it's a fail, right? So I thought it would be good for me to go back and look at a course that I did that was actually denied, and it sucked. It was bad, this one. So what I'm doing is I'm going through hole by hole and determining what I did wrong and how do we fix it. And I'm fixing it as I go along, right? So, this bunker, my bunkers I always liked. I like deep bunkers, and that's the way they are. Now, I think what I would change on these, maybe not. They're pretty flat, but they have a huge lip, and it's the lip that makes it difficult, right? So this hole, the tee box was atrocious. I did this funky stuff of raising up um, unnaturally the area around the tee box, and you'll see it gets worse as the course goes. So because I was trying all sorts of new stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. I can do this. All right, let me do that, and it looked like shit. So this one tee box was terrible. Um, and if you go back and watch the video, you'll see um, how it looked and now what it looks like now. So now it looks much more natural. So let's play this hole from the black tees, pin, whatever. And we're going to play this hole now. Oh, look at that. All right. That's a fail. Okay, so I can't see my bunkers out there, right? That's a fail. So I got to stop right now and I got to fix it. See, I always bitch about people and their sight lines. Like, oh, you got to be able to see the sight line. All right, so I can't see the sight line down there. So I got to do one of two things. All right, if I'm playing the black tees, what hole was that? 7? Is it 7? No, I didn't even get to 7 yet. Did I? So I'm on 6. Or am I? I thought I played 6. I said that tee box was fine. The S turn's good. All right, so we played 6. 7. I could have swore I just changed the frickin' tee boxes to circles. Which one am I on here? All right, I see what I did. So I skipped the hole. But let's finish this one, and we'll go back to 7 because that's a fail too. So I fixed the tee boxes. The problem is the tee box is not high enough. I can't see my landing area. That is a fail in my books. So I need to edit this, sculpt it. I need to flatten, get my fuzzy brush on page 4, expand this out, raise this up maybe by 2 feet. And if you use the blue fuzzy brush, it looks much more natural. All right. So let's see if we can actually see it now. It looks like it's high enough. And again, let's go back here. And I like using this brush to get the tee box flat. Whoops, I didn't want to raise it up though. So undo button, reset. All right, see how unnatural that looks now? Now what I can do is I can go and do my fuzzy brush and just keep pushing this out. So it starts to look a little more realistic, right? Doesn't look manufactured. So that looks pretty good. All right, so it's looking pretty good. So now what I got to do, let's get our tee boxes, let's get our tees, move these where they're supposed to be, here. And where's my other ones? There's my white tees, let's move them. They're supposed to be back here. And where's the other ones? There's my green tees, 6. Whoops. 6, move them. And 6, move those to center. All right, and they're pretty flat. Now, as far as this tee box, I can now see the landing area, right? So that's good. So let's try another play test. Black tees, doesn't matter. Play the hole. Let's see, can we see the landing area now? Yes. All right, so like that bunker, right? I designed that bunker and I can't see it, right? So theoretically, I could raise that up, which I'm going to do. So I'm going to go to hole 8. And make this bunker pop. All right. So again, I've got to take this, edit, sculpt it, flatten. And again, anytime we raise stuff up, we never want to use those other brushes. We want to use this fuzzy brush. And you can see how big I'm making this area, right? Macro, huge. Okay. I'm going to raise it up 4 feet. And you can see it flattened that bunker. That's fine. Because we're going to go back later. All right. And I'm looking now and I'm almost seeing that bunker. So we could raise this up in the back. Another 4 feet, maybe even another 4 feet. All right, you see how the back end is picking it up nicely. So now when I'm back here, I'm looking at this from T-box and whoa, and I can see that bunker now. That's popping. That's what I want. All right, so now I have to go back in, reset this thing, and I'm going to need to recontour this bunker because it's just too flat. All right, so I'm going to rise. I don't know if you guys know this, but when you are working in bunkers, 1 foot 6 inches will just flatten the bunker. Okay, don't ask me why, but that's 1 foot 6 inches just smooths out the bunker. Anything below 1 foot 6 will actually sink the bunker down. So I'm gonna try like 7 inches down. So I really want this thing to go down, but I don't want the edges going down. So I got to try to keep this blue inside. The sand. So it just sunk it down. All right. And it looks pretty good. And let's go check it out from the tee box. Look at that. See? Now I can see that bunker. And go, whoa, is that a bunker out there? Yeah, it is actually. There it is. And it sticks out. It's there. So that's good. I love my S here. This, if you're not careful, you're in the rough. All right, I got it flowing from left to right, which is good. Contouring looks pretty good. Don't quite understand well, yes, I do. This green is funky because I probably tried using shapes to design a green. But, I mean, the shape of the green's really not any big issue. Now, this is strange. I don't know why I did this, but I got it sloping from front to back, which I might change now. Again, I can see my bunker, so that's good down there. And let's see. So I don't know about that. I guess that's all right. All right, so this looks pretty good now, this hole. Wait until you get to the next, I mean, the holes just keep getting worse and worse because I completely lost interest in designing the course. We missed 6, so I'm going to actually go back to 6 because I had an ultimate fail on the tee box here. Is this the one? No, 6 is good. Just one long rectangle, which is fine. What the hell? Where was it then? 6. Oh, 7's a fail. All right. So again, here's this funky thing. I thought, whoa, man, that looks pretty cool. I can just like take the rectangle and sink it down and make a T. No. All right. So it looks like crap. So I need to get rid of it. So I got to get in here and find the shape. It sucks trying to find it. You got to get it so it turns yellow. Come on. Oh, I had it. There it is. So get rid of this 8. And then I got to get rid of all this, the rough brushes. That's the only problem with. All right, so now we're back to just the terrain. And of course, I screwed the terrain up, sinking it down like a noob. So now what I've got to do is sculpt the land, flatten it, go to my big fuzzy brush here, and I need to expand it huge. But I got to be careful not to go over here and screw this stuff up, right? So I want to make it look natural. Right? And if you set it for this fuzzy brush 00, it just goes with the flow literally. All right. So now we're back to a decent looking piece of land. So now that it's flat, now I can create whatever I want. So I'm going to create surfaces. I'm going to create or fairway brush, and I'm going to create, I don't know, some circles. I'm going to stick with that. All right, so there's my waypoint, which is where I had it originally. So I'm going to put that one there. Actually, I'm going to undo it because I just touched my mouse, and if you do that with brushes, it looks like crap. So that, back out, put some fair. All right, and then I mean to mix it up a little bit, you can make them a little smaller. Whoops, that was a fail. All right, let's go back and let's do a fairway circle. Now go back and do the rough. 3 of them. And again, just so they're not in a complete straight line, I'll just put it over there. I just love doing shapes for tee boxes. And then the ladies' tee, we'll put that up here. So now instead of that stupid looking rectangle, I actually have some real tee boxes. Now I'm going to go in here, sculpt, land, flatten. And again, I like using this one. Okay. All right. Okay, they should be flat. Now let's get our tee boxes wherever they are. All right, there's my black tee. 6, move it. We're going to put that back here. Find the white tee. Move that over where? Here. And my green tee. Nope, that's the red. So red needs to go up here. And last but not least, I've got the green. Move that here. Okay. So my tee boxes are now fixed. Rest of the green, let's see. I think that looks pretty good. That was an interesting layout. Got that. That's interesting. Put the cart path across there, which is fine. Okay, so let's play this hole. All right, can I see the tee box? Tees. All right, so I can't see my tees or my sand there, and that's fine. Because you're not going to see every bunker. So let's hit this. All right, that's fine. Yeah, I can tell I use shapes to design these greens, which I never did before this. Bunkers look good. And let's see what we got. All right, so it looks like this hole, I've got lots of yellow. And man, is that quick. Holy shit. All right, so, but I'm on the wrong side of the hump, right? So I pay the price. So I can live with that. So if you're on the wrong side of that hump, you're going to pay the price. Is the pin legal? I don't know. Let's look. Yes. So although I have red all over the place and yellow, it's legal. All right, so that one now plays pretty well. Hole number 9 we already did. That one looks good now. I raised up that bunker down there. I can actually see it. Looks awesome. All right, so let's go to hole number 9. Hole number 9. Oh boy, here's where we started to really fail here. Okay. This freaking hole, I don't know. And here's why it started falling apart at this point, because of this clubhouse right here. So I said, oh, I have to put a clubhouse in and then design the course around it. No, I'll never do that again. So as a result of that, I made this stupid hole. So this hole is, well, let's go down and check it out. Now this tee box is flat with the rectangle. So that I can live with. That's fine. All right. As long as I didn't, bring it down. Now, if you look, this does not look natural again. See how I can see the terrain around here the way I raised it up. So that's a fail. So I need to get my flatten brush. And again, page 4, top left, man, you got to learn how to use that brush. And again, you can see how much I'm expanding that out. All right. It just cleans up the area so nicely. It's not even funny. All right. It'll start looking natural instead of that. So it looks like it just lifted it up. Now look at it. It's beautiful. All right. You can never run the fuzzy brush too much. And I mean, I would suggest even doing it all down in this area. Areas that you're like, oh, you're not even over there. Well, it can't hurt. So if you just run it over here, it just looks better. Okay. So this hole, I don't like it, but it is what it is. So this one, let's play it. And you'll see what I did here. So it's just a par 4. All right. And it goes straight out. And it's literally a 90-degree turn over to the left. All right. So here's my thing. So I can go this way, 285. You're like, okay. Or I put this little hidden section right over here that if you're feeling brave, you can try it. Now, there's no wind, so I don't think it'll work. All right. So you can go that way. And then you got the pin right there. And if you get a good flop, you can score well. And I did not get a good flop, right? So, and look at this. There's no undulation on this green. All right, so that's a fail. Well, there is, I guess. Yeah, I see what I did. There's like no break whatsoever, right or left. That's all right. I still missed it. Now, I did have some thought behind this, and that if you cheat and you go the way I did, it is going to slope big time when you go to chip it. All right, so here's an ultimate fail right here. Okay, look at that tee box. It's pathetic. So back to the drawing board. All right, I thought this looked so cool back then. And it doesn't. It looks like hell. So, edit. What hole was that? 9?
Mm-hmm.
No, 10. All right, so this is a fail. Again, I had no clue on how to contour anything. Look at this shit over here. It looks like hell. I'm like, oh well, I can put steps there to make it look like I can go up the hill there. Blah 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 blah. No, this is crap. So we need to get rid of it. So I need to find my brush. Come on, baby, turn yellow here. I mean, that is a shape, right? There it is. Okay, don't move. All right, so 8, 3, goodbye. 8, 3, 8. All right. So now we're left with shitty contouring. All right. So now I got to get rid of that. Sculptland, my favorite brush in the world. Right there. And we're going to make this bad boy pretty damn big. All right. We're going to try not to screw with the green. And again, I would go all over the place here. Okay. It just smooths it out. Look at this water back in here. Yeah, get rid of it. Yeah, it doesn't come into play. Hey, Danger Cat, welcome, man. So what I'm doing today, Danger, if you didn't hear, but this is a course I designed. It failed. It didn't. Somebody judged it and failed it for TGC Tours database. I did it about a year ago, and I went back and looked at it, and I'm a reviewer in TGC Tours, so I'm always reviewing courses, other people's courses, and I'm looking at denied courses, and I'm like, oh, I have one that's denied. Let's look at it and tear it apart. And that's what I'm doing right now. So that tee box was a fail. I had all unnatural contouring. All right. So let's make this really big and just hit that, and it's going to smooth it all out. It's going to look much more natural. Okay. Even in the areas you're not playing. Okay. So now that everything's back the way it should be, all right, we can do several things, like get rid of these steps that were stupid because I didn't know how to smooth things out. So let's delete them. Goodbye. All right. Now, let's see. From here, I can see the green a little bit, but I can't see my bunkers in the front. So what I want to do is take my fuzzy brush again, that one, bring it down to normal size, take an area like that, raise it up about 5 feet. And let's see what we get. Hey, look at that. Now I can see my bunkers. That's what you want to do on a hole. If you're doing all this work, for God's sakes, you know, let this stuff be seen when you're playing, right? Now, let's see, where's the tee? I might actually even have to raise that up higher. I can't tell. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a play test. And we're going to just say black tees, play hole. And let's see what we got here. All right, it's still a fail. All right, so I still can't see. Right, Vlad. What's up, buddy? Right. Yeah, so Vlad, I don't know how long you've been on, but this was my one that was rejected. Santatius, what's up, buddy? Yeah, so now that it's natural, we need to really fix it now. So I need to, what was that, hole number 10? Yeah. Ah, no, no worries, Vlad. Come on, man. All right, so I want to get those bunkers to pop, right? I want them viewed from my tee box. So we need to raise that up even further. So we're going to go edit, sculpt, flatten, find my fuzzy brush, bring this up another, I don't know, 5 feet, make this big. And then we're going to sink this down a couple feet. Sink this down even more. And then I'm going to reset it, make it wide again, and we're going to go over the whole thing. Now let's see what we got. So from the black tees, play the hole. And what do you know? Now I can see my bunker. All right. There we go. So now I can see all my bunkers. So that's a good thing. How you doing, Santatius? Yeah, in case you guys are wondering, anybody that just popped in, um, this was my course that was denied from the database over in TGC Tours. And I'm going through the course and finding stuff that were total fails, and there were a lot. There still is. I haven't even gotten to the best ones, but what I'm doing is finding the fails. And unlike the ones I review, I can actually go back, show the fails, and then show what I do to fix them to make them better, right? So that's what I'm doing here. This tee box was a total fail. Um, it, it was raised up unnaturally. I had steps leading up to it, and took a huge rectangle shape and just sunk it down in different spots so it had tee boxes. It just looked like shit. So I'm going to create a whole new one. And that's what I'm doing. So here we go. So this is going to be my black tee. Come on, guys. Why aren't you putting it in there? All right. And then we'll just stick one over here, maybe a little bit smaller. Oops. That's rough. I don't want rough. Now I want rough. And I don't know who uses keyboards or controllers. I love using the keyboard to design. To me, it's just so much easier. All right, so what do we got here? We got another area. So let's put this down here. Make this smaller. Now, I guess we could put it over here. And we'll put the ladies' tee down here. All right, cool. So now we can go back here, edit, sculpt, flatten. This time I use this brush. Now it looks unnatural right now. You'll see how I fix that. Okay. So at least we know they're flat now. Let's move these tees. That one's not too bad. That one I need to move. Oops. What color is that? That's the red tees. 7, 1. So they need to go up here. There's the white tees. They need to go there. Oh my god, now I got the fucking green tees. I'm gonna kill people. Alright, so let's try that again. 6, 1. Green tees go there. White, 6, 1. Put them there. Now, tee boxes don't look natural. At least they need to be cleaned up, right? I mean, they don't look too bad, but I've got to do something with it. So flatten, again, my fuzzy brush. And I'm going to make this bigger. Oops. Let's try it a different way. I mean, it's okay to have somewhat of a rise, but at least make it look a little more natural. Yeah, crop circles. There we go. Just trying to get somewhat a clean area. Hey, Craig, what's up, buddy? So, as you can see, this looks so much better. And it looks much more natural. All right, so let's try that. Play test, black tees. Whoops, I didn't want to play the whole course. Let's try that again. What hole were we on? 10? Yep. All right, so we played hole 10. These bunkers don't look too bad. Warhawk, what's up, man? So anybody that came in late, this is a course I designed a year ago. It was denied access to the TGC Tours database. I'm a reviewer, so I normally am the one that denies courses if they suck or mark them as tour worthy, which is bullshit. It's got nothing to do with tour. It should be not accepted or poor, and then good, and then excellent. That's the way it should be ranked, not tour worthy. So why they call it tour worthy, I have no clue. But this was denied access. This is my course. It was a total piece of crap. And what I'm doing is I'm showing people what I look at on a course and fail it for. And I'm finding lots of fails on my course, and I'm actually making the changes as I go, hole by hole. Okay. So, like this whole tee area was a total piece of trash. Um, Now I made some changes. I want to see what it looks like now. So we got black, play hole. All right. Let's see what it looks like. So from the tee box, look at that. I can see my bunker now. And tee box is not even. So that's a fail. Oh, come on, you piece of shit. So these markers are not even. So I got to flatten that. And that's sometimes I'll just cheat and I'll even take that brush, really make it small. because it will do some damage to your area around the green. So if you just take that around your tees real quick, it should flatten them perfectly. But you sure as hell don't want to get that any bigger than that, because it will make the terrain look terrible. All right, so that's good. Let's save this. Did a lot of work to this thing. All right, so let's play the hole. Edit, play test. Pin 1's good. Black. Play hole. See how this plays now. That's the way you use it, Vlad? Yeah. All right, so this pin doesn't look bad. 116. All right, so, and again, something else I'm looking at is these bunkers back here. Because if you look at it from the tee box, and this is the problem with the way that I edited or created my bunkers. My bunkers, I don't know if anybody knows Dylan Bronson, but he showed me how to do deep bunkers. Danger Cat, come on, I'm just damn good, man. You know, it's just, look at these bunkers. So, although I like my bunkers, they don't pop, right? So if I'm on the tee box, and I'm down here, I guess you could still see them. Yeah, you can still see them. But what I was going to say, and I'll try it right now, is that what I would do is go in here, sculpt land. This time I might try raise, because I don't want to screw with the contouring. All right. And let's go back here. And I want to be careful. Maybe raise this up a foot and a half. Make this bigger back here. I want to keep the contouring the same. That's why I'm using the raise button. And go around here. And you got to raise it up all the way around, right? To make it look natural. And you can see exactly what it's doing to the contour. And I would raise all that up, because you don't want to make it look like it's just raised up in one little spot. Yeah, so now I might go back with my regular fuzzy brush, set it to default, make it bigger, really big. No. All right. That was too big. Because, like I said, I love to see my bunkers. And actually, these trees, see, they're planted. I don't like it, and that's something that bugs me too that I do. Um, how do you get rid of? God, man, it's been so long. How the hell do you get rid of auto gen trees? You know, anybody? I want to get rid of these trees, or at least move them. These were planted. These were not. I think these were in here. How the? Oh, hold on. Isn't there a brush? Isn't there a brush somewhere? There it is. Clear generated trees. Beautiful. There we go. All right, so now I can actually see my bunkers. All right, and if need be, I guess I could create some trees manually and place them correctly so the sun is not blocked, right? So I can have trees, I just don't want them blocking the hole. Spin those bad boys around. Because the sunlight will block stuff, and we don't want to do that. So now I've got trees back there. Still looks natural, but it's not blocking the sunlight, and my bunker's still look good. All right, so let's see what it looks like from the much better. Now I can see everything. All right, next hole. Hole 11. Again, look at this crap. All right, you know what? I'm going to pick this up later, guys, and I think what I'll do is I might pop back in with Greg playing something, but until then, I'm going to stop this and I'm going to pick this up tomorrow. And look at this mess. So I got a lot more work to do with this course, but I just wanted to point out some of the problems that I look for, and this is my course. So instead of just picking it apart, I'm picking it apart, but I'm fixing the stuff so it will pass the next time, right? So I'll talk to you guys later, probably tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, yeah, Greg hit me up on a text. He wants to play a round or two, so I'm going to hook up with him. We might do it live. Who knows? So we'll check it out. So if you see us go active again, um, just hook right back in. All right. Take it easy, guys, and maybe I'll see you in about 5 minutes. Who knows? But take it easy.